No. You have to write ETH complete, not this one. Just exit, again exit, complete exit, and now try. Can you show me the topology?
Yeah. This one, actually, it's a very basic one.
Okay. Oh, it's showing E. Okay, just write ETH.
Yeah.
ETH.
It's not taking.
Not taking? No, just with along with that ETH and one together, all together. Put enter. Yeah.
Okay.
Just put the IP.
Oh, okay. Because I was using E1, right? I think because of that.
Yeah. I don't know why it's showing in lab, but you have to use the ETH. Okay. Clear?
Okay, no problem. See here. Okay, got it. Thanks.
No problem.
See here. These are all the snapshot which I have taken.
No problem. It's
Let me
happened.
get it now.
It's happened. First time it's happened. A lot of challenge you're going to get. Everyone going to get. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
Right.
it, sir. Thanks.
No problem. So you can stop sharing. Okay. So let me share my screen and you guys let me know if it is visible to everyone. Is it visible?
Yes, visible.
Okay, good. Just give me 30 seconds more. Let me do the setup and then we'll start. Okay, good. Right. So before I start, right, anyone have any other questions in your mind you want to discuss with me right away before I can just go and do the configuration? Anything? Because yesterday what I have done, let me just quickly summarize. We onboarded the controllers, right? Where we have done step-by-step configuration. We enable this particular underlay connectivity. Over that, we make the controller reachability. And after that, we just onboard all the controller to this vManage. Okay. And then what I have done, I just make the basic underlay reachability between the controller and the VS3 devices. So I configure one of the default route here pointing toward this particular next hop, and one I configure default route under the VPN 0 pointing toward this next hop. And for this controller subnet, I put one of the 123.10.10.0/24 route pointing toward next hop, this DC switch. So after doing that, we have the end-to-end reachability. And now if I check again, my VS3 should able to reach my all controller. Let me just check. So I can just open it and probably I need to open this one. I need to open this one. I need to open this one. This one. Let me open the VH4 as well. So if you see here, if I just put the username admin, and you'll see the VPN 0 configuration, and you're able to see that. And if I just ping, my controller should be reachable. So you have the underlay reachable till DC switch. And if I ping to vManage, it is also going to be reachable. If I ping to my vBond, it's also reachable. vSmart also reachable. And if I just try to ping my root CA, that is also reachable. So now the next step, we have to do the certifications. Again, the same step we have to follow what we have done yesterday. So till now, what I have done, I just configure, still BGP is not configured, the system IP not configured, the this interface has been configured for that .3 because we are done for the VS3. This static default route we have done, and we have test the reachability. That's all done. Now what I have to do, we have to copy the certificate from the TFTP server again, because we have to generate the CSR, and after generating the CSR, we have to get the final certificate, and that certificate need to install in my VH3, VH4, and whatever VH we have. So let me do that. So I'll go in this VH, and again I have to go in the vShell mode, and we can use the TFTP -Z -R, and we have this certificate, and we just have to put the root CA IP. After that, you'll see my command has been run. So if you check here, we have this certificate. So after that, you just have to install this particular certificate. So how you can install, you just have to run the request root search and install, and you have to give the directory home admin, and you have to put the certificate name. The same thing what we have done. So I just paste it, and you can see this is going to be installed. Now, after installing, for the controller, what we have done, controllers for the vManage, let me write here, for the vManage, for the vSmart, for the vBond, we copy the certificate. This is my root CA. We copy the certificate, we copy the certificate, we copy the certificate, all copy the cert. After copy, in every 3 devices, we install it. And after installing, what we have done, we just basically generate the CSR, certificate signing request, via the GUI. Sammy, can you mute yourself? Sammy, can you mute yourself, please? So you just generate the CSR, certificate signing request, from the GUI. And after generating the CSR, we get the final certificate, final cert from root CA. And then after getting a final cert, we install this certificate to all the devices via the GUI again. So this was the step we have done in the my controller level, all certificate installation. But if I talk about my basically VS level, so we don't have to do via the GUI. We can do via the CLI. How we can do via the CLI? Basically, we have to generate the CSR, but this time we have to use this particular command to generate the CSR from the VH, because certificate has been installed. So based on the device property, their local credentials, they will generate the CSR. And after this CSR has been generated, we'll get this sign via the root CA again. So I'll just use this request CSR upload, sorry, home admin, and then CSR, this file name we can create. This is a file name. You can put any other file name also, but you just put it here. You can make sure you just put csr.txt, because in the lab guide, everywhere use the same command. So if you changing it, so you have to make sure you remember that name, and based on that name, you just find the certificate and all. So I'll just click OK, and it is asking what is your organization name. So I'll put the lab. Again, organization name, it's a lab. So my CSR has been generated. Now, if I want to check, if I go in the vCell, and if I want to run more csr.txt, this is my file name. You can see this is my file name. So I want to see what is my inside of the CSR. This is my certificate. Now this certificate need to validated by my root CA, and I need to grant the final certificate. So how can I do that? So basically for that, you just have to go again in the root CA, and you have to run this command. So similar what we have done in the earlier stage. So I'll go in the root CA, and I'll just paste this command. So once you paste that, you need to copy it from very carefully. All dots should be covered, and after copy, you just have to go in the root CA and press Control Shift all together. Then this small window is going to be open. You click on the text to input and paste in the very lower window. You can see below side. You can paste the certificate. If you are not going to paste, you will try to paste directly in this particular window. It is going to throw an error. So very important. Please note this. Always use Control Shift Alt together, right? Again, I'm doing this. There is no small window. Control Shift Alt, text input, go here and paste it here. So your certificate has been pasted. Now, if you want to get out from here, you can get out from here. And now you just press enter and just write quit. Your granted certificate is going to be available. So now you have the granted certificate. This is a final certificate. Now this final certificate need to be installed in this particular vEdge. So you need to copy this certificate. So again, I should have to stay in the Linux mode, and there is a special command you have to use, this one. Like cat, you just have to copy and paste. You can put the same name. So you just have to copy and you just paste it. After paste it, you just have to again use Control Shift Alt. So you can get the small window so that you can copy the certificate. And after copy the certificate, you just go and paste it. So now you can see the certificate has been pasted. If I want to get out from here, you just get out from here. So now you just click OK and just write exit. And you will see this certificate has been already here. So if you want to check ls-l, you find this certificate is already copied. So now you have to install this certificate. This is a final certificate you copy. If you want to see that more, you just have to go in the vShell mode. And if you want to run more and you want to see the certificate, it is going to exactly match the what root CA give the certificate, ending with QUVV, right? So if you go here in the root CA, you see this is also ending with the QUB and V. So the same certificate is a granted certificate. Now we just have to install the certificate. So for installing the certificate, you have to use this final command. Request certificate install, and you have to give the certificate name in admin directory. So you just go here and means the VS3, and you have to exit and go in the privilege mode and just install. See, this is installing your certificate. So now your certificate has been finally installed. So you have to run the command show certificate serial. So you are going to get this serial number. Once you are going to get this serial number, you have to use, let me use this new documentation. So you have to copy this particular entire certificate and serial number. Carefully, you copy and paste it here. Once you have done, right, what you have to do that based on this, you have the format. You have to inform your all the controller about the new certificate and serial number, because we have done the manually. So we have to inform my vBond and my controller, that is a vSmart and the vManage as well. So what is the format to install that and inform that? You have to use this particular command. And in this command, you have to put the newly gated certificate detail. So let me put it here. So what is my certificate number? This is the 5. And serial number you have to replace with this one too. So you just have to go and you have to put in this format. So this is going to be your final certificate and serial number that need to be informed to the my controller. So you can see everything is written here. After this, you have to run show certificate serial number. You are going to get that. Next, go to vBond and vManage and run below CLI command. But in this below CLI, red should be replaced with your latest certificate number and serial number, chassis number and serial number. So your vBond and vManage is going to get. And if you want to inform the controller, that is a vSmart, then you have to do via this command. I'm going to tell you. So right now, if I'm going in this particular PC, let me see what is happening there. So if I'm going here, if I'm going in the browser, And if I just log in it, so now I'm in the vManage. I just log in. Okay, so you see my vSmart is live, vBond is live, vManage is live, but there is no vEdge right now. So the very first step, I'll go in the vManage, okay, and I'll log in it. Then I'll go in the vBond as well. I can log in it. And after this, I'll just simply copy this certificate, chassis number and serial number, and I'm going to paste on this vManage. This is done. You don't have to commit and all. Just simply go in the privilege, just inform them. Now you guys tell me on this vEdge, just for the one question basically. On this vEdge, I make the underlay reachability to all the controller. These all are reachable. Now certification is done. What still we require to do so that this can join the fabric? What is the bare minimum configuration we require to do on this particular vEdge3?
5 tuple.
5 tuple. Very nice. So 5 tuples. That is my system wise configuration. If I'm not going to do that, it is not going to join my fabric. Okay, guys. So we have to make sure the 5 tuple must be configured on the vEdge3 so that it will try to join my controller. So if I go here and I want to just run the command show control connections, you see there is no control connection. If I just going to run the show OMP peers, you are not going to find any OMP peer. If you're going to run the show IPSec outbound connections, there is no IPSec outbound connections. If you are going to run the show inbound connections, there is no. If you are going to run show BFD session, so there is nothing basically available as a tunnel point of view. There is no DTLS tunnel, no TLS tunnel, no IPSec tunnel, no your OMP tunnels, nothing is there. So just we have the underlay connectivity and we have the certification part that has been completed. So the bare minimum configuration to join the fabric for the NES devices is the 5 tuples. There's a system-wise configuration you must have to configure. If you're not going to configure, they are not going to join. So how I can configure this? So basically, I will go here and just go in the system configuration, the site ID, first thing. What is my site ID? That is a 3. So I'll just put the 3. System IP. What is my system IP? 10.3.0.1. Where I can get that? See, it is written here. So this is the designer role, architect role who can just design entire fabric. And after designing the entire fabric, they will give your system IP detail, your transport detail, your LAN subnet detail, also your system IP detail, everything it is going to be provided with them. Organization name, we know that that's the lab. We are using the lab. Okay. Now, what is the next step? We have to give the vBond detail. So vBond detail is 123.10.10.11. Okay, this is a vBond, right? What left? So we have to give the host name, right? So that is my vEdge3. So now my 5 tuples have been done. So if you want to run the show configuration, you'll find I have done this all configuration and I can just commit it. So you will see that after commit, your hostname has been changed and you just run to see the source system configuration. You have this, your 5 tab, host name, system IP, site ID, organization name, and also you have the vBond detail. Now, if you are going to check show control connection, probably it will try to build the control connection with the controller. And you can see now it's up. Via which transport? That's a public transport. And which type of tunnel? This is a DTLS tunnel. So they have the pairing with the vBond and vManage. Why? Because I just informed to vManage and vBond about this vEdge. If I not pasted that command, which command? This command. If I have not pasted there, that is not going to understand about this particular device. If you have the Cisco overall fabric, then you can get this information automatically. But because we are building from the scratch, so this is our like manual topology. So we have to do manually in the first place. But your vSmart is still not aware about this. So you can see there is no control connection for the vSmart. If you go in this particular edge device, you will see there is a WAN edge device has been onboarded. So congratulations to everyone, right? The first VS site we have onboarded, and at least they have the all detail. You can see there is no BFD, there is no AMP, but we have the control connection. This is the device version number, means the OS version number, which are using the SD-WAN 19.2.3. So what next? So the next step, we have to basically see how vSmart is going to build the connection. So vSmart is still not aware about this control, means this particular edge devices. So you have to go here, you have to go in the certificate, and there is a one command send to the controller. So you just have to click it here. So you see, this is the same thing it is written here. Next, go to the vManage GUI, configuration, certificate, send to the controller. If you run this command, means you just have to click on this command, then what is going to happen? This vEdge information is going to share to my vSmart as well. Then after they will form the your OMP tunnel as well. Or might be right now, see, this is the DTLS tunnel is not with the vSmart. So it will go and form the DTLS, and also OMP is going to form. Now one theory we have to understand from here. I'll just make sure you guys understand. Just wait. Let's first complete it. Yeah, see, so your vSmart has been also build the tunnel. So earlier vBond, vManage, now vSmart also. And now if I just want to check show OMP peer, you are going to find the your OMP, but still you're not going to find the IPSec outbound connection. You are not going to find the IPSec inbound connection. Now I have the very simple question to everyone. Let me see who is going to understand. You guys tell me. Let me draw something. So we have the vManage, we have the vBond, we have the vSmart, we have the, sorry, we have the, hold on, three, let's suppose VH4. You guys tell me, if I want to build a DTLS and TLS tunnel, so I'm going to use the green. Which all devices are going to build the DTLS and TLS tunnel? Who is going to help me?
Okay, the DTLS will be
vBond?
we manage to vBond to
Okay,
vSmart.
just wait. We managed to vBond. I'm just using the green color. So this
Yes.
is the DTLS tunnel is going to be okay.
Correct.
Okay. What else?
And vBond to vSmart.
vBond to vSmart. Okay.
And we managed to vEdge 3.
Okay.
And
So-
also from vEdge 3 to vBond and vSmart.
Okay. So you're saying,
And also, okay, from vEdge 3 to vEdge 4, it's an IPsec tunnel between the vEdges. Okay. Yes.
okay.
And it's the same for vEdge 4 as well.
Anything
But-
missing? Anything missing here, or everything completed? Means we managed to vBond to vSmart, VS to this all. What we managed to vSmart? Do you require or not?
No, it's already
We
there.
require. We managed to be smart.
Yeah.
You're saying this is also required, right?
Yeah, but we managed to not, making a DTLS connection with vEdge. So it's directly connected with the vSmart.
No. What you were saying means I'm just talking about DTLS and TLS connection. So this green is using DTLS and TLS. So you guys are like sync, everyone is agree with this particular, means this vManage is going to build the all device TLS and DTLS. Similarly, this vSmart is going to build the all device TLS and DTLS. Right? And vBond is also going to build, and vEdge also going to. Everyone is agree about this, or anyone have any different opinion on it?
Actually, we manage not be making a DTLS connection with vEdge3, I think.
Okay, let's validate one by one. This is very important, guys. So if I go here and if I run the show control connection, just we have the one vEdge now up. So you guys tell me now, what having the vManage point of view? The vEdge have the DTLS, TLS. This is correct. Makes sense.
Yes. Yes.
The vSmart have, this is also connect. This is the vSmart, right? This one clear.
Yes. Yes. Even
And they
vBond.
also have the vBond, right? Is it clear? So vManage have the 3 tunnels. Let me use. So this is all correct. This is the 1, this is the 2, and this is the 3. Clear? Why you have multiple entry, we'll discuss later, okay? But now you agree?
Yes,
Everyone
yes.
understand? Now,
Yes.
let me go on the vBond. There is no TLS DTLS connection. You can see. So basically, vBond is why I just wanted to explain. vBond never initiate any TLS and DTLS connection to anyone. Other devices can initiate, but vBond never initiate. And one more thing, if we have the any connection with the VS device of vBond, this is a temporary connection just for the authentication. Once authentication is going to be done, it is going to terminate their session. So that's why you're not able to see any TLS and DTLS connection from the vBond point of view. Okay, guys, is it clear? So this is created by the from devices to vBond, but vBond is never going to initiate the connection to the vEdge or vManage or vSmart. That's why there is no connection. But if you go in the vSmart, let me go here. So show control connection. You have the 4 tunnels, right? vEdge, vBond. So this is also going to be same. Make sense? So whatever devices they have controller, they have the tunnel, and also they have the tunnel with the VS devices. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Now, if I go in the VS3 and if I just run this command, so again this VS3 have the all 3 tunnels, right? Make sense?
Yes.
Mm.
So is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Now, you guys tell me, let me use the another color. If I DTLS, TLS, we understand. If I use the OMP, between which devices OMP is going to build?
vSmart devices.
VH2
Exactly.
vBond.
It's between controller to vEdge.
So one I get answer, edge to vBond. Okay, what else?
I think it's vManage to vEdge and vSmart to vEdge.
vSmart to vManage. Okay.
No. vSmart to vEdge.
Achha, vSmart to vEdge. Okay.
Yeah. And VM to vManage to vEdge.
vManage to
vEdge.
any other opinion, guys? Is it correct? All are correct or not correct?
vSmart to vEdge, vSmart to vSmart.
So I have another option.
Yes.
vSmart to
vSmart.
vEdge and
And
the
vSmart.
vSmart to vSmart. Okay, so I have total 5 flavors. Any other flavors, guys?
vSmart to CH also.
Huh? Okay,
vSmart to CH.
okay, let me do CH as well. Okay.
I think is Between vSmart and vEdge.
Yes, vSmart to vEdge. It's written, right, Movin? What about the Mayur, Jay, Nilesh, Pius, Sami, Dushant, Ashok? Guys, you also contribute something. So
And
this
sir,
I have already
Yeah,
spoken.
related to
sir,
VS to
I
VH.
think VS to
Smart to VH.
VH. Yeah, vSmart to VH.
okay.
This V smart to V smart.
Okay, good, good. Keep speaking. So I come to know you guys are also having some, brainstorming. Means you're trying to stretch your brain to understand. Okay, so one very important thing. If I talk about the OMP, this is the routing protocol. Okay. Similar to the BGP, OSPF, EIGRP, and this routing protocol, if you are running from the vEdge, this have the AD value 250. If you are running from the CH, it is the having AD value is
251.
51, right? I believe I explained this one. This is the
Yeah.
one. If I talk this OMP, OMP is always going to work between the edge and the vSmart. This is the one kind of the tunnel is going to build. Okay, this is your OMP. Why this two tunnel? I'll explain, but I'm just showing you. Just between the vSmart to the vEdge. So that means OMP is always going to build between these. Or if I have another vSmart, then in between that also OMP is going to build. So if I talk about the OMP, it is going to build always between the router, either the vEdge or CH, or between the smart. So these two was correct. Thank you so much. These all are basically here. This one was the correct. This two was incorrect. So always you have to think, if I'm talking about the vSmart, if I'm talking about the OMP, if I'm talking about the vEdge, so OMP is always going to work between the vSmart, means if I have two vSmart, then OMP is going to run. Or if there is any vEdge or CS devices in between that, OMP is going to run. Is it clear to everyone now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now I have further questions. If I want to build the OMP, okay, this is going to be asked in the interview. So OMP have the separate tunnel, or it is going to build inside of the TLS tunnel or DTLS tunnel, or DTLS and TLS is going to build inside of the OMP tunnel?
Sir, it works under this tunnel.
Works on the which tunnel? Green tunnel or red tunnel? Means first.
DTLS tunnel.
Okay, good. So basically, if you see, if there is no secure tunnel TLS, DTLS, we cannot build the OMP. So this is the very important thing you have to understand. So let me show you something. Wait. Hold on. See here. So always first you have the OMP, we have TLS and DTLS, we have the IPSec, we have the BFD. So if I'm talking with OMP, OMP is always going to build inside of the TLS and DTLS. If there is no TLS, DTLS, you cannot form the OMP. Clear to everyone? If there is no DTLS and TLS, means if the vEdge and vSmart doesn't have the TLS and DTLS, you cannot form the OMP. This is the very first criteria to OMP should be there. And under this OMP, we have to create the TLS and DTLS.
Sir,
Now,
TLS and DTLS are also create after the IPsec tunnel, no? And if while
hold,
not
totally confused. I'm not talking about the IPsec till now.
Yes.
I'm just talking about the TLS, and the OMP. I'm not talking about the IPsec till now. We come. So, yahan tak you guys understand? Everyone understand? Means if I want to create a TLS and DTLS, then only I can create the OMP between the vEdge and vSmart. But if I have the TLS and DTLS between the vEdge to vManage, vEdge to vBond, or vManage to vSmart or vSmart to vEdge, they do not require any OMP. Everyone okay about this concept till now? Give me
Sir,
thumbs
please
up.
repeat it, sir. Can you repeat it, sir?
Yes, let me repeat. That's absolutely fine. I can repeat multiple times unless you guys understand. Just give me 1 minute. Let me. Hold on. So I am saying that if I have the tunnels between the vManage and the vEdge, this will be pure DTLS or TLS tunnel. Okay, there is no OMP. If there is a tunnel between the vManage to vSmart, it's a pure TLS and DTLS. There is no OMP. This also two tunnels would be pure TLS and DTLS. There is no OMP. Clear? This is my tunnel. This is also going to TLS and DTLS. There is no OMP. But if tunnel between this vSmart to vEdge, inside of this tunnel, we are going to build the OMP tunnel. If there is a tunnel between the vSmart, they will by default, they are going to form the TLS and DTLS. Under TLS, they are going to form the OMP as well. Everyone understand now? See, guys, it's very important because if you're not going to understand this fundamental, entire principle of SD-WAN is not going to be clear to everyone. So not clear, let me know. We'll have the further debate on it.
Now.
Clear for me, sir.
Clear, everyone? Nilesh, you
Yes.
clear? Use?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sammy, you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
So basically,
Hmm.
you're saying that this tunnel, DTLS tunnel formed between vEdge and vSmart, that is basically is a transport tunnel. Under the transport tunnel, that OMP protocol will go, right? And obviously it will be secure because it's under DTLS already.
Yes. 100% right, moving. This is the same I was trying to say.
And what are we exchanging? When we're talking about the transport tunnel, obviously we are talking about exchanging routes.
Right. Exactly. So I'll come to routing and all, but till now you understand about the role of the DTLS and TLS in the OMP. Just three tunnels like TLS, DTLS, and OMP. Is it clear to everyone, right? Shall I move next?
Yeah, and
Yes.
when there will be TLS, and when we going to have DTLS instead.
Okay. So TLS is basically by default, if you are not going to configure TLS, it will by default going to use a DTLS. DTLS is basically your UDP based tunnel, layer 4. It's a very fast, but they not have a three-way handshake process. Okay, by default. But if you want to change this behavior, you can have the option. Yesterday I show you while onboarding the controller, we can configure a TLS. TLS is a bit slow, but it's going to be very secure because they have to do the three-way handshake. So generally, because layer 4 tunnels are there, they already secure. So we use the DTLS tunnel only. But this DTLS always going to be in, we want to all other tunnel, like this tunnel is going to be DTLS from any tunnel which is going to form between the vBond devices. From any device to vBond, it will always going to be DTLS. But for the vManage to any VS device, other vSmart device, you can form as a TLS as well. But vBond always DTLS.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's talk about BFD and the IPSec. Now you guys tell me if I'm going to talk about the IPSec, where I can create the IPSec tunnel, which device?
Between VH3 to VH4.
Between vEdge.
Okay. So let me use some different color. Okay. So you were saying the IPSec is going to form
Yes.
between here. So do the IPSec require any TLS or DTLS or not? The answer is no. Okay. Because IPsec tunnel itself is a secure tunnel.
Secure
Okay.
tunnel, yeah.
IPsec secure, already secure. So why I required another DTLS and TLS? Under DTLS and TLS, I need to build IPsec. No, that is not required. This is the secure tunnel, the DTLS and TLS, this is IPsec. This all tunnels, TLS and DTLS, is known as the control tunnel. Okay. This is known as your data tunnels. That's the one thing. So what a control tunnel, that is going to carry your control informations, right? Means if you want to exchange the routing, you want to do some kind of the configuration, you want to securely send over the very good transport media, that is going to be happen. But data is actual data I want to travel. Let's suppose I want to talk from this site to this site, user. So they want to do any file exchange. So they will go via the IPsec tunnel. Make sense? So this is how my data tunnel is going to be happen between that.
So this is your data plane.
This is a data plane. Yeah, right. Data plane traffic.
Okay.
Inside of this IPsec tunnel, we are going to form the BFD tunnel. So BFD tunnel is always going to happen between the VS devices under the IPsec tunnel. So first your IPsec should be built, then you are going to build inside of the IPsec BFD tunnel. So Gajanan, you understand?
But BFD itself, I
Yes,
don't think,
thanks.
I was reading about BFD. This is just a mechanism detecting a bidirectional failure on the link.
Yes,
It's
yes.
not carrying any data, right?
No carrying data. So I'm just talking about tunnel where you're going to build. I'm just going to talk about the functionality of the each channel, why it is required. Okay.
Correct.
So just wait for a while. First understand where the tunnel is going to build. Then we'll talk about every tunnel functionality in very detail. Which tunnel is responsible for what kind of the traffic, or might be the data, or my link detection failure.
Correct.
So Gajanan, you also understand?
Yeah, understand. And sir, one doubt.
Yes.
If this will send traffic to B4, the traffic will be go via the VA Smart, correct? VA Smart, and then VA Smart will be route the traffic to B4.
No. Hold. I'm saying data means vSmart never going to receive any traffic. The traffic always going to communicate via the IPsec. vSmart have just control informations. No traffic is going to the vSmart. Hold on. So let me clear this entire things and let me do the reverse engineering for this whole concept. So you guys will understand in better way. First, let me explain about this PPT. So you can see that OMP is going to be always formed under the TLS and DTLS. IPsec is going to form, that's a green tunnel between the vEdge and vEdge, and under the IPsec you are going to build the BFD tunnel. Okay, this is the one concept. Another thing, if you want to build the any kind of the OMP, that is going to be formed. See, this is the OMP tunnels. So OMP is going to either via the between the vSmart to vSmart, or between the vSmart to vEdge, or might be the CH. So this is what it is written here. Next, let me back to the topology. Now, how end-to-end routing is going to be happen? That's also we have to understand. So let's suppose this site have this subnet. This subnet want to talk to this subnet. So how they are going to communicate? So definitely it will reach to this router. This will reach to this router. Now between this router and this vSmart, we have which tunnel?
OMP.
OMP. This vSmart to this vEdge router.
OMP.
OMP. All right. And this vEdge to vEdge.
IPsec tunnel.
BFD channel.
IPsec. So now you guys tell me, if these two sides want to communicate to each other, these two sides want to communicate. Let me use some different color. These two sides want to communicate to this. Which tunnel is going to responsible to make the connectivity?
Between
One by one, one by one. Everyone can speak. There's no problem.
IPsec.
IPsec.
Okay.
PFD.
BFD. Okay. Something new for me. Okay. What else?
Sorry, sir. What was the question? I missed that.
I
Sorry.
want to understand if this LAN want to talk to this LAN. Okay. So which tunnel is going to be responsible to make this connectivity?
It's IPsec.
Yeah, it's IPsec.
IPsec, sir, because this LAN goes first to this first vEdge, then
Mhm.
through IPsec it will go to the second router, SD-WAN
Because
router, then to the
it's
LAN.
just a data traffic. It's not a
Yeah.
control traffic. We are not exchanging routes. We already know the routing is there.
Yes. So that's why we are using IPsec.
Okay, good. So now I have the further question to you all, right? You are saying the data traffic, but you tell me how this subnet will reach to this vEdge. Is it going to via IPsec or via the OMP?
Via
Via
OMP.
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 Okay. So very important thing, guys. The routing, whatever I'm going to receive from this vEdge, okay, this is going to land to the VS3 router. VS3 will further advertise to vSmart. vSmart is going to act as a route reflector, RR. In BGP, you have understand about the RR. So this route reflector, that is the vSmart, is going to pass the routing information to the VH4. Further, now if this VH4 want to reach to this subnet, they will have the next hop IP, and next hop means next hop details. Basically, that's the more important. And based on that next hop, they will reach to this device via IPsec. And what is the next hop? That is the TLOC. So basically, your routing is going to be happen. Your routing is going to be happen via the vSmart. It is going to reach to the vEdge. But when this vEdge want to go to that route, so in this routing table, they have the 13.13.13.13/32. But what is the next hop? Next hop would be the vEdge3 TLOC. And based on that TLOC, they will transfer the traffic via the IPsec. Is it clear? I'll explain what is the TLOC now. But till now, you guys understand how the routing next hop is going to be happen?
Sir, if we already have the routing table, means as we said before, so then in that case, the IPsec will only work, right?
Yeah, if we have the routing, right? So route
Yeah.
will come, right? When this route is going to receive to vSmart, vSmart is going to send to the vEdge. This vEdge is basically going to have a route in routing table, but this route have the next hop as well. So in your normal routing table, static routing table, BGP routing table, you have the every route next hop have na, and there is IP address, right? Next hop has a one IP address, and based on that
Yes,
next
sir.
hop, your route is going to leave from your router. We all agree, right? But here there is no IP address as a next hop. There is a next hop as a TLOC, and TLOC have the three tuples. That's your system IP, encapsulation, or you have the color. So these three are going to receive as a next hop, and based on that three next hop, your encapsulation with IPsec, then it is going to travel by the IPsec tunnel, and they will come where I need to go based on the system IP and based on the color. Shall I move, or anyone have any question? Please let me know. Okay, so let me
when vEdge, when anybody wants to talk to anybody, right? And the vEdge get the request that somebody wants to talk to somebody, and I'm building tunnel for them. So I will take help from the vSmart to get the routing information, so I know when I'm building tunnel, what are my routes and what is the next hop.
Right. It's right, Mobin. Definitely. Every route is going to be advertised from the vSmart to all edges. And based on that route, they are going to understand from which IP sector I need to process the traffic. I'll show you. You'll understand. Okay. So, so what I have done right now you see here, I have the TLS and DTLS, but there is no IPsec tunnel because we do not have any branch where I'm running the, still I'm just onboarded on the fabric. So branch to branch IPsec is going to be there. That's why we have the no IPsec, and also if there is no IPsec, there is no BFD. Now we'll discuss how BFD is going to be coming in a picture and what is the role of the BFD. But let me just do onboarding again for the one of the VH4, and then we'll see how the behavior is going to be look like. Shall I move? Shall I onboard this VH4 again?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So let me onboard the VH4. So you guys see here VH3 is there. Let me show there is no VH4. So we'll onboard and then we have some midpoint to compare everything. So let me go in the VH4. And in this VH4 again, I will do some basic configuration to make the underlay connectivity. So I will go here, show run VPN 0. Okay, so I'll simply go here in VPN 0 and interface Z0/0 IP address 192.1.4.4/24 no shut, and I'll make the tunnel interface allow services all color public internet. Okay, encapsulation IPsec, and I'll just exit, and I'll just put one of the default route pointing toward my next hop, and I'll just commit. So the same configuration what I have done in the VH3. So everything is written here. You guys can refer again. I just done this configuration, just interface configuration toward this router. Now on the iNet, I need to configure this interface as well. So they will make the point-to-point connectivity. So let me go the iNet router. And forward and reverse router already we have from the controller point of view. Say. Show IP interface brief. And if I go here, config T interface, what is my interface? That is a GE0/2. GE0/2. Sorry. IP address, I'll put 192.1.4.1, 255.255.255.0, and no shut. And if I just do ping my VH4, I believe I ping the wrong IP. Just wait. Right. Just wait. Show IP interface brief. So 0/2, okay, and this is 0/1. Let me see. Show run VPN 0. So 4/4. Let me try to ping 1.4.1. Yeah, it's pinging. Okay. So I don't know why it was not pinging earlier. So I'm on the VA. Oh, actually, I'm pinging for my next hop. Let me go in the iNet again. And here I'll ping 192.1.4.4. It's reaching, right? So now we have the reachability, and already we have done the configuration for the iNet for the reverse route and forward route from here as well. So they will absolutely going to reach to my controller. So if I just try to ping 123.10.10.10, you see it is reachable. If I just ping the vBond, it is reachable. If I ping the smart, it is reachable. And I just ping the root C, it is reachable. So what I have to do, I just have to go in the vShell and I have to copy the certificate. So there is a command tftp -g-r pki.ca, and I have to put the IP address. So this command has been done, and you just ls -l, it is going to be done. Then we have to install the certificate. How you can install the certificate? Just you have to run the request cert chan, and after that install the certificate in the home directory, and the certificate name is there. So I will do the same thing just quickly to install the certificate. Once it is installed, we have to generate the CSR. So how we can generate the CSR? We just have to run the command request CSR upload, and this is the home admin and the file name. So after this, CSR is going to be generated. This is the lab. This is the lab. And after that, once CSR is generated, if you want to see what is my certificate, go in the vCell, and you have to run the more, and you just have to give the CSR. This CSR must be signed to the my root CA. So I'll go in the root CA again. And after going in the root CA, I will just run this command to just get the certificate signed from there. So I will just copy it. I'll go here, and I'll again use Control-Alt-Shift to just make rightly copy paste in the small window. So I'll go in the VH4, and I will just copy entire thing. And I'll go here, not here, sorry, VH4. Root C, I need to go. Okay. And I will just paste it here. So this is done. I'll just enter, I'll just quit. So we have the granted certificate now. So once I have the granted certificate, I need to paste this certificate in my VH4. So how can I paste? Again, I use the same command, the cat, and this is the special signs. This is a Linux sign to just copy. So you just put this certificate name, and I will just go here, paste, and again I use Control-Shift-Alt, and I'll copy the certificate from here, final certificate. Make sure from here you copy everything. And I will just go here. Control-Shift-Alt, none. And this is certificate. Now I have to install this certificate. Final certificate need to be installed in my root CA. So I will just run this request certificate install home directory in admin and the certificate name. Then after certificate is going to be installed. And then after, if you run the command show certificate serial, you are going to get the certificate and chassis number. So just copy the certificate and chassis number and then paste it here. And you just copy this because we probably require it later on. So I just want to make in the sequence. So what is my serial number? This is 6. And the certificate chassis number I need to replace from here as well. So I will go here. The same step I'm doing again and again, just onboard, and I paste. Now I'll just copy entire thing and I will paste to my manager and the smart, vBond. So it's pasted. I'll go here again, login. And again, I paste it. The moment I will do, this will not form still the control connection because we still missing the 5 triples. That is the system-wise configuration. So I need to do that system-wise configuration. If you have any doubt, you just go in the top, you are going to find that. This is my system-wise configuration. So I need to go system and site ID. This is my 4 host name. This is my VH4, right? Organization name. This is the lab. vBond 123.10.10. It's 11. Yeah, it's 11. And system IP. System IP 10.4. Please mute. Let me mute. So we have the 4.0.1. You can just refer the system IP. It is available here. So you can just go and just commit it. This is going to be completed. So now it's done. And now if you see here, show control connections, probably you're going to find the control connection to my vOne to the vManage. We do not have the vSmart control connection. Why? Because we have to do again the special, just send the control information to the smart, then it will come to know about the new vEdge as well. So after that, we'll get the control connection from the smart as well. So just wait for a while. Now you have the connections. Now we'll see something special tunnels, which is going to form between the two edges. But before I show you, let me go here in the window PC and go here in the main dashboard. And you see here, we have the two vEdge devices. So successfully onboarded vEdge3 and vEdge4 now. Now let's do again the same thing what I was trying to do earlier. So earlier I was not having any IPsec tunnel, no BFD tunnel. But the moment I onboard the new vEdge in the system, they will going to form the automatic tunnel. So if you see here, there is a one IPsec tunnel outbound. And if you are going to run the command inbound as well, so this is my inbound tunnel. And if you're just going to run the BFD session, there is a BFD session as well. So now it is automatically form the IPsec and BFD tunnel. I haven't done any configuration, guys. You notice? So how this automatic was done? Why it is done? Because if you see the command show run configuration, there are already predefined IPsec parameters are there. So because of that, they just build the tunnel and they have the fabric, have the feature. You cannot see any kind of the BFD related configuration. You can see there is no BFD configuration at all. If you just want to see the BFD, like we don't have anything related to BFD. So no configuration related to BFD. You can just read line by line as well. But this is a default behavior of the SD-WAN fabric. This based on this IPsec, if I just remove this security parameter, it is going to tear down your IPsec tunnel. But if I am just configuring any branches and they have the underlay reachability, they are getting exchange the route, then they are going to exchange the routing. Now, you guys might be wondering how my next stop is going to look like for one side to another side. So if I'm just going to show IP route, you see we have the just route under the VPN 0. And these are my different static route. This is a static, this is a connected route. If I go in the VH4 as well, if you see here show IP route, you have the static route and the connected route. But if I'm just checking show OMP route, there is no route at all. If I'm going to say here show OMP route, there is no route we have. And if I'm going to say show OMP peers, this is the vSmart. So you can see the R is equal to received route, I is equal to installed route, and S is equal to send route. So the all parameter is showing the 0, 0. So that means we not getting any route from the any branch, so that's why they are showing 0, 0, 0 for the all parameters. But if I run this another command, let me share show OMP TLOC route. Sorry, I make mistake. But for TLOCs, we have something. For TLOCs, we have something. We are receiving a TLOC. Means TLOCs are coming, routes is not coming. Because we not integrated any LANs routes, that's why it is not coming. But still you can see we have the TLOC. Means I'm in the VH4, VH3, and I'm getting the TLOC of the VH4. And what is a TLOC? They have the 3 parameter. You can just refer here. TLOC have their they have the colors, they have the encapsulation, and from where it is getting, and this is the TLOC IP. So this is the 3 tuples. Basically, you are getting this system IP, the color and the encapsulations. And from where it is getting? This is getting from the vSmart. This IP belongs to the vSmart. That means once I onboarded the link, they form the OMP. At the same time, there is two type of route. It is going to originate from this vEdge. One is the OMP route. Basically, it's a LAN route. Or you can see that this is a V route. And the second one is the TLOC routes. This is your next hop reachability route. So this next hop reachability route I'm getting advertised means whatever TLOCs I have means once this is going to form the OMP pair to the vSmart, it will advertise their TLOC. So what is my TLOC for this VS3? Can someone tell me on TLOC?
What happened?
What is the TLOC for this VS3 for this public transport?
Your system
Public
IP.
internet.
10.3.0.1 plus what is next one?
Your TLOC is your this.
All three, sir. 10.3.100.
No, I'm just talking when this is going to form the OMP with the vSmart, and this is my private, public internet. So what TLOC it is going to advertise to the vSmart?
Sir, we can include the color as well.
Color. So this is my public internet. Okay. And what is the third one?
Encapsulation.
That's the IPSec. So this TLOC must be advertised from the VS3 to vSmart. So can we check that? Let me say, is it really getting or not? So I'll go here in the vSmart. And if I just run the command show OMP TLOCs and tab, are we getting the same from the VS3? This is my system IP. Is it clear? Public internet and this is IPsec. Clear? And the same TLOC I'm going to receive on the here as well. Show OMP TLOCs tab. This is my basically remote TLOCs, which is getting from the CIR. That means it is chosen, install, and the resolve. This is the valid route. So this is how TLOC is going to build here. And IPsec is going to build. TLOC is just next hop your gateway storage.
I have one question.
Yes, Nilesh, go ahead, please ask.
Actually, TLOC is built here. So TLOC is the another session for the clarification. I see in the route in tab. So multiple TLOC policy route is there. TLOC is there. So another session is going on now. TLOC.
We are understanding still TLOC. We have to do the lot of manipulation of the routing. Okay. TLOC, yes, we have to do the manipulation of the routing for the policy enforcement. That is a different session we are going to do later. But you have to understand basic principle of the SD-WAN. Whatever we are discussing, these are the how TLOCs are getting advertised, how route are getting advertised, how reachability is going to be happen. This is the basic fundamental of the SD-WAN we are discussing right now. We are not going into advanced level till now. It's just basic things.
Okay,
sir. You have to be used to about the terminology. If I'm going to use TLOC, then you should understand what is TLOC. If I'm going to use the OMP route, then you should know what is the OMP route. If I'm going to use the V route, then you should know what is a V route. So if I'm going to use the V route, OMP route, or might be the service route, they probably same. All are same actually. But if I'm going to use a TLOC route, that is a totally different route. Now, service route also have the one concept that is the service insertion route. So you don't have to confuse service route. That is a LAN route basically. I'm talking right now. Discuss the service insertion.
Service route concept is also I got in the firewall because it deny all management. It creates the traffic towards management.
There is service insertion route. Service. There is a concept service insertion. So you don't have to confuse. Let me remove it here.
Okay.
I'll just focus on the OMP or V route. This is your
Okay.
again LAN routes.
So if we read this output, it's saying TLOC IP is 10.30.01.
10301, right?
Yeah, right. We know the color, right? And so basically the definition of the TLOC on the Google is saying that TLOC is a feature in SD-WAN which help identify your vEdge devices when they're talking to your what do you call that thing? Your transport. So
Yes.
this peer IP is 10. What is 10.23.10.12 over here from peer?
That's this TLOC we are receiving from the vSmart.
Yeah,
This is a
yes.
vSmart IP,
Yes,
system
yes.
IP.
Yes. So
This we are
TLOC goes, yeah, when we need to know information about the vEdge, that TLOC feature help us identify this table.
right. So if you go here and read again, appreciate your Google as well, but here you can just read it. TLOC is basically transport locator, that attachment point of the next hop of the route attribute. This is what I was trying to explain. Without TLOC, you cannot get any route next hop address. So TLOC must be going to attach with every route if you want to reach to destination, and that's the next hop address.
Yeah, this is also good. I mean, excellent. But the definition on the Google, it makes sense for somebody who's new, like TLOC or transport locator is a Cisco SD-WAN feature that identify where a WAN edge device connect to the WAN transport. TLOC are used to set up data plane, advertise route, and enhance sites redundancy.
The same meaning. So basically, they have more precisely explained that. But in short, if you want to understand, without TLOC, you cannot make any data plane communication. Means you cannot reach any destination. That's a simple definition for me. Okay. But yes, that's more elaborative. So if you want to learn about TLOC, so I have the ebooks as well. They have the very detailed explanation as well, how TLOC is going to be classified. But probably we're going to understand later on about the policy. But yes, if I talk TLOC, if somebody going to ask me what is TLOC, so TLOC is just a route which is going to help me to reach any destinations where I want to communicate. Without TLOC, I am not going to reach there. And TLOC is just next hop address for any prefix which is receiving from the any locations.
I don't know if we missed it. Have you talked about the TLOC extension?
The TLOC extension, we have to talk. We are in the beginning, right?
No. That's fine. That's
so TLOC extensions, let me show. We have the dedicated session going to be happen for TLOC extensions.
Yeah.
So we have to understand, see, TLOC extensions. So we have the TLOC extensions, and here you can see we just have to understand later on. So we have to wait at least 1 month for this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Once we are going to complete the basic fundamental, then we'll discuss about TLOC extension as well.
Because the definition is very nice. I'm sorry if I'm talking too much, but
no problem.
It's saying TLOC extension allow WAN edge routers to communicate across multiple transport networks. This feature enhance a lot of things, load balancing and redundancy and everything, because everybody knows your transport knows about your vEdge through this TLOC extensions.
No, actually, Mobin, to be honest, if I ask how much you understand about this concept by reading this definition, means you just read out, but did you understand what actual meaning it is talking about the TLOC extension?
Yeah, I mean, the TLOC is actually what it does. That's how WAN edge routers.
TLOC we understand. TLOC we understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
TLOC definition completely appreciate, right? You explain, but you talk about TLOC extension definition. So did you understand actually meaning of that definition? TLOC
is serving the multiple purpose. Obviously, one purpose is it allocate your vEdge devices and help you load balance your traffic, right? Because if you have multiple vEdge, so if it's one down, it also knows about the other vEdge too to talk to.
but we can achieve by these two links as well. The same thing. We can achieve by these two links, right? If this is going down, or you want to do the load balancing. So even we can
Okay, we talk
without
about
TLOC
this.
extension. So
Yeah.
see what I'm trying to say. TLOC extension is really a good feature, but it's just a purpose where we can save the cost. Okay. We can eliminate the multiple transport which is going to terminate on the link, and by using the LAN network, we can extend the TLOC from one device to another device. That's the TLOC extensions. So I will explain how it is going to very nice feature, and the main purpose to extend your WAN through your LAN from one device to another device. So let's suppose I have this one transport here. This is not there, right? And this is also not there. I want to make two transport on this link. One is the MPLS and one is the internet. So I need to use the TLOC extension so I can extend my current MPLS circuit from the which is terminating another router to the my another vEdge router. So technically this router have the two transport. One is the MPLS was already there, and another is the internet also going to be terminated. Probably this link, it is going to terminate it via the LAN. So by doing this, you are going to save a cost. That's the TLOC, and also it is going to give the redundancy. So we'll discuss later. No worry about that. Okay, Movin?
Okay, good, very good. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. All right, so let me do. We keep doing brainstorming on the different topics, but let me quickly onboard the other two vEdges as well, and then we have the full picture end to end. Okay, so let me go in the vEdge 1. Let me onboard, and then we'll see. Everyone understanding, right? It's not going too fast, right? Please let me know if it is going too fast. I know initially it's a lot of brainstorming is going to require. Once you guys have the base, very good base understanding, na, then you are going to understand each and everything very easily. So I'll go in the VPN 0. What is my interface? This is ZE0/0. So interface ZE0/0. IP address 192.1.1.2/24. No shut. I'll make the tunnel interface allow services all. Encapsulation IPSec. Color public internet. Exit. And I'll put one of the IP route 0.0.0. 192.1.1.1. This IP I'm going to configure on the internet router. So I will go here as well. VPN 0. Interface ZE0/0. IP address 1.2.2/24. No shut. Tunnel interface. Color public internet. Encapsulation IPSec. And what I'm missing? Allow services all. Exit IP route. I will just go and do 2.1 and I'll commit. Right. So this is my configuration. Now let me go on the internet router. I will configure these two interfaces, which is terminating toward the show IP interface brief. So there is GE0/3. This is terminating here, and this is GE0/4. Okay. So I'll go in the config interface. IP address 192.1.1.1, 255.255.255.0. No shut. Okay. Just wait. So I will configure the another interface GE0/3, and this is going to be 2.1. And I'll put the no shut as well. So we are good. Just wait. So I'll just ping point to point, and then we'll check the under reachability. Then we'll do the certification, and also we onboard this 2 routers. Okay, so I missed that. Let me check from here. 192.1.1.1. It is reachable, right? And also I'll ping 192.1.2.1 should be reachable. So let me do the certification part. So I'll go here. I'll go in the vShell, and already I believe we have the reachability to the my controllers. So you can verify and should reach for the sorry, this is my root CA. So I have to run this command tftp -g-r pki.ca, and I have to use this. And you can see ls-l, we have the certification. Now we have to install. So request root search and install. And we just have to give the home admin, and we have to give this certificate name. So this is going to be installed. After installing, we have to generate the CSR. So we have to put the request CSR upload, and we have to give the home admin, and we have to give the name, and we have to give the lab. This is my organization name, and this is my lab organization name. So this is going to generate the CSR. So, okay, so actually I make one mistake. I have to give the file name as well. So that is not available here. So that's why I keep referring, just use to this particular syntax, just copy and paste. So I just done this here, but I forgot to give the file name. So this is not going to work for me. So let me just do again. Now I'll just lab. And if you go in the vShell again and more csr.txt, you are going to find the certificate. Now what you have to do that, you have to get this signed certificate from the root CA. So how can I do that? So let me go here and I'll copy this command. I'll go in the root CA and I will use Control-Shift-Alt text input, and I will just go and copy and paste the certificate. So let me go in the root CA. This is done. So we'll get the final granted certificate. This is done. So we have to again copy the certificate to my vEdge1. So I need to go in the vEdge1. I need to go in the vShell. And I need to copy this certificate. I need to use Control-Shift-Alt. I need to copy here in a small window. And now I have to install this certificate. So my certificate has been copied. Now I need to install this certificate. So I will use this command. So if you see here, show certificate serial number, you are going to find the next certificate serial number. You can go here, you can just paste it here. You copy again here the certificate and paste it. Just change the certificate serial number, and also we need to change its chassis number. Now we have to copy entire thing, and we have to inform to my vManager and the vBond. So I'll paste it. We'll go in the vBond. I also paste it. Now we have to do the 5-tuple configuration. So it is going to build the control connections. So I'll go in the system and site ID. I will put It's a 200. If I'm not wrong, it's a 200. Organization name, it's a lab. Host name, it's a vEdge1, right? vBond detail, it's 123.10.10.11. And system IP. This is going to be 10.200.0.1. You can refer from here, 10.200.0.1. So I'll just commit it. Once I'm done, probably it is going to build the control connections. Just wait. It's a control connection. So now it's fine. Now if I go in the VS3, I need to do the similar stuff. I'll go in the vShell, so VS2, and I will just copy TP -G -R PKI.ca, and we have to put the IP of the TFTP server. So it is copy the certificate. Now I have to do request root search and install home install home admin, and we have to give the certificate PKI.ca. So once it is going to be installed, then we have to upload, right? So request CSR upload and home admin, and we have to give PKI.ca, and we have to give the CSR.txt. Last time we just missed that. We just have to give the lab. This is the lab, and this is going to be okay. So wait. What was the directory? Okay, so there is no PKIs. We just have to use the admin directory. I use something PKI.this one. So this was the error. Now it's done. Okay. So once this is done, I can go in the vShell. I can get this certificate and get this signed via the root CA. So more CSR.txt. So this is done. Okay. After that, we have to again go under my root CA and get this signed with the final certificate. So I will go here and root CA. I'll just paste it, Control-Shift-Alt, text input, and then I'll go in the VS2. This is done. So I'll just quit. You're going to get the final certificate. So granted certificate we have. So we just have to copy this certificate on my vEdge2. So in lab guide, everything is written. You just have to follow. Control-Shift-Alt again, and I'll go in the root CA. This is my final certificate. I'll paste it. Okay, so this is done. So final thing, we have to install this certificate. So we just have to go and install this certificate because we copy everything. So I need to install this certificate. This is installed. So I can just get the serial number, and this is 08. I'll just go and paste it here. I'll copy this one as well. So 08. So I'll just go and paste to my vManager. vBond and the vManager. This is done. Now we have to do the system-wise configuration. So I'll go here and I'll do the system host name. This is my vEdge2 site ID. This is my 200 organization name. This is my lab. System IP, I will get 10.200.0.2. And the last thing,
vBond
detail, yeah, 123.10.10.11. I'll commit. So probably we'll see this is also going to build a control connection. So this is control connection. So now we'll get at least 4 vEdge is going to be there. See, now 4 vEdge is there. So only I need to send this certification part to my controller. That is my vSmart. So they will have the end-to-end OMP session as well. So now you see this is done. We have different vEdge devices. We go in the dashboard as well. And we have the 4 vEdge device all up and working. But they are on the single transport. So now we have built this and we have onboarded. We left with the 2. This one will do the last, CH will do in the later. Okay, once all VH is going done, CH will do the one class will do and will integrate CS with the entire fabric. So for that we have to wait. But right now what I have done, by using this internet, I just onboarded this all transport to my controller. But this VH5 have the single link MPLS. So if I want to onboard this, we have to do some sort of the different configuration. And what is the configuration? We have to run the BGP. Sorry. We have to run the BGP here between these devices. And also we have to run the BGP here on these devices. So first we need to assign the IP addressing. Then we have to BGP. And then we make the reachability to the controller. Then after we have to copy the certificate and we have to do the same process. So let me onboard one MPLS site as well today, and then we'll discuss the rest of the things. So how it is going to happen? Let me show you. So I'll open the MPLS router. Very basic stuff. And let me open the DC one as well. And this is my VH5 as well. So I'll put no. I'll go here. This is my DC. This is my admin. So very first thing, I will do the IP assignment method. So I need to assign the IP address 172.30.20.2 here and 20.1 here. Similarly, 172.30.15.1 here, 15.5 here. So let me go on the DC switch first. So I'll go in DC switch and I'll go in the configuration. And in this configuration, this is my GE 1x1 interface gig 1x1. And if I just want to assign the IP address, this is not going to take IP address because it's a layer 2 interface. So I have to make layer 3 by using this command, no switch port, and then I'll assign the IP address 172.30.20.2. And no shut. And do right. This is the first step. Now I'll go in the MPLS router. Meanwhile, it's booting. Let me go on the VH5. VH5, I need to go on the VPN 0 on this GE 0x1 interface. So I will go in the configuration T, VPN 0, interface GE 0x1, IP address 172.30.15/24, sorry. And no shut. Tunnel interface, allow services all, encapsulation IPsec, but color. Color this time we are going to make as the MPLS circuit. So I need to assign a color as my MPLS color. So what is my color? That is going to be my MPLS. So this is my color. I'll just commit it. So now it's done. Simple configuration. There is no static route is required because we have to form the BGP. So I just have to do my interface level configuration, tunnel interface, encapsulation, IPsec, allow services all, and we run the BGP later. I'll explain how it is going to happen. Now need to go in the MPLS router. See, it's a boot up now. So now I'll go here in the config T. and I'll just change the host name as the MPLS and do show IP interface brief. You are going to find a lot of interfaces. In this interfaces, I need to configure G0Y3 so I can ping point to point. So let me go here, interface gig 0x3, and I will just add the IP address. That is my IP address is 172.31.15.1. 0 and no shut. And I will just ping whether my point to point able to ping or not. So do ping. I'll make say my VH5 IP should be reachable. Yeah, it's working. Now I will just go and do the configuration on GE0x1 172.31.20.1. So gig 0x1 IP address. Okay. 172.31.20.1 to 55 to 55 0. No shut. So let me ping. Yep. So we are right. So now my point to point has been built up. What next, guys? So basically we have to form the eBGP between this. This is my one eBGP. And I need to form another eBGP between this. Why eBGP? Because we have to make the configuration between two different autonomous systems. So this is my BGP 100 and this is my BGP 65005. This is my BGP AS number 65100. So I need to configure BGP. How many you are not aware to configure the BGP? Anyone in the class who don't know how to configure the eBGP and iBGP? Please raise your hand. Okay, so I'm assuming everyone have the BGP understanding. If you don't have any idea, so please let me know so I can give the brief ideas, but you just make sure you learn about little bit BGP, iBGP and eBGP, because you have to form the underlay. Here we done via this just a static route. Everything via the static route. But now we have to form the BGP. Via the BGP, we need to advertise the routes. So just briefly, I'm going to explain. If I want to form the BGP between two AS number, let's suppose AS 100, and this is my AS 100 again. So this is same AS number. So this is going to be internal BGP, iBGP. If I have the AS number 100 and here I have the AS number might be 1000. So this is two different AS numbers. So this is my eBGP. So what is the two different AS? So just two different autonomous system. That means two different organizations. You can just think about Airtel, Vodafone, SL, Wipro, Techem. They all are different organizations. And those different organizations having, if they're interconnection, so they have to use the eBGP if they want to run via the BGP protocol. If no, they want to run something internally, then it is the iBGP. So right now, this is my ISP. That is my MPLS ISP. So this I have the different AS number 100. This is my internal controller BGP that's having the 65100. This is my internal BGP. This is 65005. So if they want to form, they have to make sure they are going to form the BGP neighbor. So what I can do that, I can go here and let me configure the ISP side first. So router BGP, this is my 100 AS number. Now I have to give the neighbor. So one neighbor is this one. 1. And what is the remote's AS number? This one is my data center. Means the
05.
so 6500. 6500. Okay, sorry. The IP is 2, not 1. Sorry. The remote side IP is 2. So that's why giving the, you cannot configure the local system as a neighbor. Okay. Now this is one eBGP. Another eBGP. 172.168.115.5, which is going to VH5. But their AS number is 65005. So let me configure 15.5. Okay, so this is my 2 BGP. That's it. I don't have to do anything. So I just make the 2 BGP neighbor. Let me show you the configuration again. And always keep trying to write your configuration. If you're not going to write on the router, you are going to lose after reload. And show run section BGP. So I just have done this 2-line configuration. Just this 2-line. Okay. And if you run the show BGP summary, this BGP will be showing the ideal state because another side we not configured. So let me configure first DC end side, then also how to configure the VS side. So DC is the normal router. So I'll go again, router BGP is 6500. And neighbor I have is 172.31.20.1. Remote is, let me check, this is the correct one. Yes, 3120. Remote says 100 and do right. The moment I will do that, you'll find that on the MPLS side, the BGP is going to be come up. 1 BGP. See, this BGP is come up between the data center, but VH5 is still down. So let me make the VH5 also. And DC side also, you'll see that you will find the BGP is up and working. So IP VGP summary. See, there's 0 prefix, but it's a up. Now I'll have to do the BGP configuration on the vEdge router. So how I can do that? I have to go under the configuration and this BGP, which VPN I need to configure? Because BGP also need to configure on the VPN. You cannot configure globally. See, there is no configure for router
VPN 0.
VPN 0.
Yes, because we are going to make the underlay under the VPN 0. So I have to go under the VPN 0 and we have the syntax router BGP. See, whatever I'm showing in the CLI, later I'll just convert everything in the GUI, probably in the next class. Okay. So CLI is not our end goal. GUI is our end goal. Every configuration I have to do via the GUI in the SD-WAN. But why CLI I'm showing? At least you guys have some base fundamental understanding. So you guys basically understand how the syntax is going to work and later on we convert the same configuration to the GUI. So that is easier going to be happen for your understanding. So router BGP, what is my AS number? 65005. 65005. And I have to give the neighbor. What is my neighbor? That is my 172.31.15.1. And that is a remote AS. That's 100. And I will just commit. Now you see, here is the magic. Why system IP is very important. See, I do not configure my system IP address. And if without system IP, if I'm trying to do the configuration, it is throwing an error. You must have to do system IP configure or you have to define the router ID. So it's very important if you define any system IP address on your system configuration, it will take as a router ID for the BGP, OSP, PHRP configuration. But if you're not defining system IP, you have to define manually. So that's why it's throwing error. VPN 0 router BGP system IP or router ID must be configured. And we do not have done the configuration on the system side. Let me show you.
Okay, so this is one of a BGP attribute, right? The router
Yes.
ID.
Yes.
Okay.
So if I just go and configure this time system and system IP just configure, just system IP. And then I'll just put this, what is system IP address? Forgot. 10.5. Okay. 10.5.0.1. And let me get out from here. Now, if I go under the VPN 0 and I'm going the router BGP again, 65005. And I'm going for the neighbor 172.31.15.1 and remote is I'm going to put 100. And now if I'm going to make the commit, see this commit has been done without any error because right now just I configure the system IP as well. So if I just run the command show BGP summary, here command is a little bit different. There's no IP BGP. You just have to run show BGP summary. You see your BGP has been established. And if you go in the MPLS router, also you're going to see your both BGP has been established. So it's just a BGP establishment we have done between this router and between this router. Now you guys tell me, I have to make reachability to these subnets from this subnet. Means I want to make reachability from this subnet to 172.15.0/24. How can I make them reachable?
You have to advertise the route
From where?
from
Oh, yeah,
BGP.
Okay. So which side shall I do first? From DC switch, what I have to do that? Let me go in the DC switch.
to the router BGP and go to router BGP and the S number
Network. We need to add the network.
and network.
Which subnet I need to apply from here?
123
Okay, 123.10.10.0.
0. Yes, and marks 255.
Yes,
255.
and do that. So the moment I will do that, in the VH5, you see show IP route. There was a BGP route now received. Clear? This BGP route, if I run again this command, so BGP summary, you can see route is coming. Now, can I reach now from this VH to this controller or not?
Should be able to. You have a route.
Okay, so let me see that.
In the network here, not in VH5.
It's not reachable. We have a route, but we have not reachability. What is the problem?
Because we have to advertise the network in VH5 also.
Yes, we have to advertise the reverse route because DC switch doesn't know about this subnet 172. Let me show you. So that's why we don't have any reverse route. We are receiving, but my packet is sitting there, but I'm not getting reverse path. You can see there is no route here for the 172.31.15. 172.31.15. There is no route. So we cannot make the communication. So we have to go on the VH5, and we have to go in the configuration, VPN 0, router, BGP, you have to write 65005. You have to run this command address family IPv4, and then you have to use the command network 172.31.15.0/24. This is the same summary, right? Yeah. So the moment I will do this, and I'll commit, you will see that this DC switch will start getting route for this one as well. Just wait. It will take a little bit of time, but it will must come. Let me see it's coming for the MPLS router or not. Yeah, so still not receiving route. It says 0 prefix. So until, yeah, now MPLS receive. So this will also receive. So if you just see, we have the route, BGP route 10.31.15. And you just go more precisely, you want to search, see, this is the route. Now, if I go here and just try to ping again, this is going to ping my controller. So we have the reverse route as well and forward route as well. So now once I can make the reachability, I can copy the certificate. How can I copy the certificate? We just have to go in the vShell and we have to run the same command tftp -g-r pki.ca. Sorry, I need to put the. So if you ls-l, it is copied. So you just have to install this request root search and install home admin. And you just have to give this certificate. So this is going to be installed. Once it is going to install, you have to, we have to generate the CSR. So request CSR upload home admin, and you just have to give the csr.txt. Right, this is a file name. And you have to put lab, and this CSR is going to generate it. So if you just go in the vshell again and more csr.txt, you're going to get this certificate. Now you need to get this signed certificate from the root CA. So I will go here and copy this certificate command. Let me go in the root CA. And I will just paste it. Let me go where I need to go. This is a VH5. Okay, so I need to copy the certificate. So I'll use Control Alt Shift. If I have not used, it is going to throw me error. It will not allow directly copy in this particular window. So I'll just quit and I'll get the granted certificate, guys. So now I have the granted certificate, and I will just need to install the certificate in my VH5. So I will just copy this one. I need to copy. I need to go in the VH5, paste it, and I need to go on the root CA. Where is the root CA? This is my granted certificate. So I will copy it, go in the VH5. I'll just go in the text input. I'll just paste it. And I'll just get out none, enter, and done. Now I have the certificate. So what I have to do that? I need to install this certificate, because I need to just copy and paste, and then I have to install the certificate. So I will just use this command. Certificate has been installed, and you run the command show certificate serial number. You are going to find this serial number now. Copy carefully. Just paste it here. Just copy again. Paste it here. 09. And this is my copy. This is my paste. Okay. And now just attach this certificate to the manager. Attach this to vBond. And now we have to do the 5-tuple configuration. That is the final stuff. So I will just go here, config T, system, host name. We'll just go and put the VH5, organization name, that is the lab, site ID, that's a 5, and system IP already defined. vBond detail, that's 123.10.10.11, and the commit. After that, you will see that it is also going to build the control connections, and now it's via the MPLS. So if I go in this particular PC and I have the one VS down, so just ignore, because sometimes it's happened the virtualization. So I need to just start. So let me just start. In your case also it is going to happen. Just start devices, it is going to again make the connection. But you see here we have the VH5 as well. See, this is the VH5 also onboarded, and it is going to form the control connections to the vSmart after doing the certification to sending the controller. So now we have successfully onboarded all 5 vEdges on the fabric. Just 4 from the 4 from the public interface, means public internet interface, and the 1 from the MPLS transport. Okay. So now if you're going to see any of the vEdges, let me just go on the VS3. You are going to find, let me make a little bit smaller size because we have to show control connections. So these have a lot of control connection. You can see all devices, but if you just want to see OMP peers, this will only show single OMP. This is the control with the same controller. OMP just for the vSmart. But if you want to see show IPsec outbound inbound connection, you are going to find a lot of IPsec connection. And you can see it is creating IPsec with all 4 branch locations. And if you want to say show a BFD session, it is also going to create 4 BFD session with the all locations. So the transport I use, that's the public and MPLS. All transport are trying to form the BFD and IPsec with all the routers. Now you guys tell me if you have any question, because I explain for the onboarding. Probably we can continue from here in next class, because if I'm going to explain, it's going to be too much. So if you have any question, please let me know. So we can have a quick discussion on that as well.
Vishal, how many devices we can, onboard it in a single orchestra? Is there any number? Or
You mean what you're talking?
how many devices in managed devices? How many managed devices we can, onboard it in single orchestra, single control connection? I
Okay,
would say
single
that.
control
Is there any
connection.
number? Yeah.
Yeah, we have. Let me show you. So there are 1024 devices, but it's totally depend on the. Let me just show you. Cisco we manage data set. Let me show you. "1024" was there, but let me show you. Some iOS upgradation was happened. So in latest fabric, let me check what they are showing. There was device, if in a cluster, let me figure out exactly how many edge can code in Cisco we manage. So let me see. There was one document where you can just find all the details. Default was 1024, right? Earlier when the old release was there. So I just wanted to verify that. For one we manage that much devices can on board. But I want to see latest Catalyst, how much they are supporting.
One we manage can support up to 2,000 devices.
200 devices, right?
2,000.
Yeah, that's why I just wanted to check. Earlier it was 1024 only. So I just wanted to check. Let me see. And can you check how many control connections they have right now? How many control connections they can support?
Okay.
There is one documents I was also having, but I don't know where it's.
5,400 connections per vSmart server with vEdge peering.
Okay, 5,400. It's a control connection or like.
It's a control connection.
But what about the vManage? It's a vSmart, right?
Yeah. vEdge between vEdge and vSmart.
Okay, no worries. So what I'll do that, I'll just find the official documentations, right? I have some data set, but I don't know where it's right now. I'll just show you all the detail, how many control connections there were. It's keep updating, right? Depend on the like latest release, right? So earlier they have the different number and now they have a different number. So I need to figure out latest iOS 20.10 or 20.12. And based on that, I can just figure out how many now they are supporting. But for time being, you can just understand 2000 devices as Mobin have already checked that, but I'll just re-verify that. Okay. Anything else I can check?
So why don't we run the
Login.
BGP before when we do static routing? We could do the why couldn't we do BGP there?
Yeah, definitely. That's a good question. So why static? So generally, when we have the dual transport scenario, so when I can do this BGP also, there's no problem.
Okay.
But why I have done, because when we onboard the any internet circuits, generally we not exchange the entire routing table, because router for the internet have more than 10 lakhs, means 1 million routes, right? If you're going to exchange all 1 million route to your routing table via the BGP, so what is going to happen? This router might be probably going to crash. It is not going to handle that much routing because they might be having a small range of the router. So to avoid that, because generally P router, ISP router is a quite big router, right? They have the more processing capability. So to not get all the exchange routing table, we use the simple default gateway via the default route to just reach to the internet, and then internet will take care of everything. So that's why in the internet ISP, we generally use the default static, and the IS same follow the same. But in lab, we can definitely use the BGP as well. There is no problem. In MPLS, we use generally BGP. So I use the BGP. So that's just a lab topology I designed to just, make the under reachability. But we can do via the either of the BGP or a static or both. Okay, Movin?
Yes, sir.
Any other question, guys? Anyone have? Please let me know.
So earlier you told that in the lecture that
Sammy, your voice is like echoing. Can you just give? Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, in this lecture you told that the AD value of the routing protocol is 250 or 251. Sir, for which routing protocol this AD value is 250? It's for all or any other specific?
No, it's just for the OMP routing protocol.
Okay, sir. Okay, got it, sir.
OMP.
I was a little confused that all routing protocol AD
No.
value will
There
be
is just
different, sir.
OMP. If this OMP is running from the vEdge, then this is 250. If running from the CS, then it's a 251.
Okay, sir. Okay, got it.
Yes, a BGP configuration means we have done on routers. So it can be possible to configure it from GUI also.
Yeah, definitely will do the GUI. Everything will do the GUI. Whatever I have done, will do via the GUI.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Can we leave, sir?
Yeah. So
Vishal,
thank you so much, guys. Yeah, please. You guys leave.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Vishal, actually, if we configured on the GUI, we'll be able to access and do a troubleshoot on the command.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
both we can able to use.
yes, both can be doable.
Okay, great. Okay.
Yeah, everything I'll show in the next lecture. It is going to be very deep understanding of GUI as well. So everyone join on time, and we'll make sure it is going to be happen in detail for GUI and CLI both.
Thanks, Vishal.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Jay, tell me.
Sir, I am having doubt in the lab. The VBOTing to the data center switch. When I'm doing the configuration, so that interface is showing inside the VPN 512
Which interface?
from VBON to data center.
This
VBON to data center switch. Yeah, for me it is showing Ethernet 0, and it is inside VPN 512. So I am unable to configure inside
Can you
VPN
just
0.
share your lab? Just share your lab, okay? I will check. Let me fix
Okay.
that. Just share your lab detail one-to-one with me.
Okay.
Just give me so I can fix it right away.
So, Vishal, if we have some doubt means while doing our lab, in that case, we have to wait for next this lecture, or if we can get that some help from your end, if
So
possible.
basically, say if you have any doubt, right? So
Yeah.
probably if anything you have in your mind, so
Mhm.
you can just drop your problem statement on this number.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
+91. So you can just drop the any problem statement. So probably I can come to know about that and I'll just reply how it is going to happen. If not doable via the any verbal communication, then probably I need your lab access and I just pick from the backend.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, I need to share the credential for that one.
Yes, please share the
Okay.
credentials. So I'll just check it right away. Just share your credentials. One-to-one chat, just share me one-to-one. What is your rack
Okay,
number?
sir.
Can you tell me rack number?
Rack number 9093.
Okay, 9093. Okay, let me just check. 9093. Right. You share your credential. Meanwhile, I'm just locking with the master credentials. It's not working. You share your credential or you shared?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let me check with your login. Okay, so this one having problem, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Reboot.
Okay, just let me hold on. This lab is logged, right?
Yes, sir. This is one.
Just do one thing. I'll add the new lab on the same portal, okay?
Okay.
Or let me ask to change your lab, okay? So this needs
Okay.
to be wait, I cannot edit it. Because this lab has been logged and I don't know the password who logged it. Okay. So wait for like I'll ask someone to just give you the new lab, okay? And then on top of
Okay,
that,
sir.
okay, not work on this lab.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So let's connect in the next class. Bye bye. Take care.